start with 5 minors in 6 minutes, and you killed, big ones early and took advantage when they kind of got stuck with the same thing later.
Yeah, it was a game where it's hard to evaluate hockey because there wasn't a lot of it played. There was no flow to the game. I thought, just the way that it all panned out, it was disappointing because there's 2 good teams out there, and I just never felt like it was a hockey game. It was more of just managing what was going on.
And uncertainty?
Yeah.
The guy didn't know what might...
He just, from time, I'm probably not going to comment any further than that, but it was a very difficult game to be a part of. And I felt for both teams, I don't think it was an accurate assessment of 2 good hockey teams out there. And it's hard to figure out who the better team was out there tonight. But I did think that, we found a way to get it done. And we'll get better. I didn't think we were, even when it was 5-on-5, and it was, however many penalties we had to kill in the first period, it wasn't a very connected game. It was just very, guys like Chadd Cassidy got shorted on ice tonight because of the special teams, and he had been one of our better players the last few games. So it's a tough game to be part of.
Coach Leduc, it's been a tough stretch for him, but I thought he was real good. And long before he scored the goal, I thought he was a better player than he had been much of the
strong on the puck tonight in the D zone. Good first passes out of the zone, and that's what he's got to be. He's got to be a puck mover. The less time he has to play defense, more along the lines of a Mark Pesic. Like, you got to be good separating the man from the puck and getting it up right away, so you don't have to play defense all the time. And he did a much better job of that tonight, and scored a huge goal for us. So it was, but you're right, he was good well before that goal.
It seems like so much of his game is getting out of the defensive zone, but also rushing with it, being confident with it, at the same time trying to stay, of course the defense is such a... But, how do you balance that when you're coaching him, teaching him that he's got to do the right thing in his own zone, but at the same time we want you to step up and we want you to be confident?
Yeah, well, the message that we've tried to get to him was that your confidence is going to come from not having to play in your own zone as opposed to pulling the puck out of your net too much. And if he's not making smart reads going up the ice, or not taking care of the puck going up the ice, or not being a hard defender in getting us out of the zone quickly, that's what's going to affect his confidence. And then once he has a lot of short shifts in his own zone, then he's going to get more confidence in what he does with the puck. So it's just those building blocks, and it's taken him a little while. It's been a tough year for him, but hopefully, that's some good progress for him tonight.
Coach, I'm going to apologize to Kevin. The cliche question, it seems like at this point with you guys sort of in and out of the playoff hunt, how crucial is it for you guys to go kind of one game at a time?
It's huge. As nice as tonight's win tonight is, it's just as important tomorrow night. It's just as important on Sunday that we take care of those points. It's too tight to look past any game and be satisfied with where you're at. We'll feel good about this one for the bus ride up to Hamilton. We've got to wake up in Groundhog Day. We've got to do it all over again tomorrow and figure out a way to do it a little bit better.
Is it mentally draining to go through a stretch like this?
No, I think it sharpens you. I think it would be, I'm actually glad that we're going through it because of the transition with new players. There isn't that sense of, all right, let's figure this out and see where everybody kind of fits in here. We have to play with desperation now. We don't have time to figure out, what line combinations are going to work. And we'll make some adjustments, but guys got to play desperate hockey right now, and I think that's the best for us, is just to keep playing.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the more the game matters, the more Makarov just loves it? I mean, again, with the competitiveness, he was never out of the play.
Yeah, he doesn't, he tracks the puck really well. And I thought, his lateral movement's excellent. And he just seems to be locked in. Like, they had some pass outs from below the goal line, and boom, he was right there. Just square to the puck. And he's a gamer. You can watch him in practice sometimes, and you think he could be a little bit sharper there. But when the puck drops and it's game time, 7 o'clock on Friday night, he's ready. And we're obviously he's building up. His teammates have a lot of confidence in him. Let's put it that way.
He's really made the transition well from the ECHL to the AHL.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and I never saw him play once in the East Coast Hockey League, and he played once for us at the Prospects tournament up in Traverse City. He won, I think, 5-4 in that game, but it was the same type of thing. Like, he wasn't probably as sharp as we would have liked him, but he won. And that's a good habit to build up. If you find ways to win hockey games as a goaltender, you're gonna have a job for a long time. And like I said, his teammates have a lot of confidence in him now.
Especially when he stops a slap shot from TJ Brendan, when he's got a
Yeah.
perfect lane to
Huge.
make the stop. Those
Early
guys,
in the game.
yeah, they know what Brendan brings to them.
Yeah, early in the hockey game, for him to make that save when you're down 5-on-3 on a kind of a broken play where we got a little bit over-rotated on, and he comes across, and it's kind of, okay, we're all right now. Like, you know, even if and that was probably the best part of tonight's game, is that despite the way that things went with penalties on both sides, like, our team never got rattled, and I think Mackey was a big part of that. Like, we weren't complaining about the officials, we weren't worried about anything, it was just, all right, let's get through this and get to what we gotta do, and eventually we did.
And, I mean, that cost them, they ended up taking the extra minor.
Yeah.
Complaining about.
Yeah, it obvious, you know, it was obvious that both teams were really frustrated, and that's why I say, like, you know, obviously we're happy with the win, but the way the game unfolded, it wasn't.
Yeah.
There's nothing fun about that hockey game.
Were you telling your guys to pretty much watch when they were saying to the refs?
No, but no, we didn't have to. We didn't have to. You know what? You know, we've been through it before, and the game is too important right now to worry about the officials and what they're doing. You got to get through it. You're not going to change their mind. And I try every night to change their mind on a lot of these calls, and it hasn't worked yet. And hopefully we'll learn that lesson. You know, you're not going to change it. You just got to go. You got to get through it and move your feet and draw the next penalty, hopefully. So.
Injury-wise, you're okay?
So far, yeah, I don't think there was anything there. I haven't talked to Frosty yet, but nothing yet.
And why Jerome tonight as opposed to someone else?
Well, you know, we thought he'd started playing much better, and you know, for me, he's a guy that has a lot of upside, and you know, once he gets his head around the way he needs to play, I think he's going to be a heck of a hockey player consistently, and he's shown that he can do it in the past, and I think he's building that up, and I thought he deserved to be in there tonight because of that.